Another TYSK report is here, so without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. Figure displays natural humanoid walk using reinforcement learning. Figure introduced their end-to-end neural network trained with reinforcement learning for humanoid locomotion. Three of those top features included leveraging reinforcement learning, trained in simulation, and sim-to-real transfer. Reinforcement learning is an AI approach where a controller learns through trial and error, optimizing behaviors based on a reward signal. Figure trained their RL controller in high-fidelity simulations, running thousands of virtual humanoids with varied parameters and scenarios. This diverse exposure allowed their trained policy to transfer directly from simulation to Figure O2 robots, providing robust and human-like walking. Figure's RL-driven training shortens development cycles and consistently delivers robust real-world performance. In their simulator, thousands of Figure O2 robots were simulated in parallel, each with unique physical parameters. These robots were then exposed to a wide range of scenarios they might encounter, and a single neural network policy learned to operate them all. This included encountering various terrains, changes in actuator dynamics, and responses to trips, slips, and shoves. To bridge the sim-to-real gap, Figure used a combination of domain randomization and simulation and a kilohertz rate torque feedback control on the robot. Domain randomization bridges the sim-to-real gap by randomizing the physical properties of each robot, simulating a breadth of systems the policy may have to run on. This helps the policy to generalize zero-shot to a physical robot without any additional fine-tuning. These initial results excited Figure, but they do believe they only hint at the full potential of their technology. So that's just some of the latest news from Figure, and I did talk about in previous videos how this company is continuing to advance, so it is great to see the expansion of their technology in real time. Also, as we continue to see the footage that you just seen previously in this video right here of this humanoid robot doing a slight little sprint, I do believe it's only a matter of time before these humanoid robots are moving in a way that is more fluid and less robotic. AI is on its way to making custom personalized ads for everyone. As we already know, and if you didn't know, artificial intelligence is continuing to advance and become more powerful each and every day. From the perspective of personalization, AI could get to a point where its ability to target you for specific products is going to be at a pinpoint precision. And in saying that, let's check out this video right here from Phil.ai.
So it looks like it's one of those moments, those one moment in AI that kind of changes everything. This is a Tresemme ad, which has completely been designed, thought through, and delivered with AI. And it is excellent. It's not good, it's excellent. Not only that, they've created thousands of different versions of the ad, which means that they can test everything. If you imagine how many times the video with the text is put together, it's thousands of ads. Faster, easier, 87% cheaper than humans.
All right, so shout out to Phil.ai for that quick snippet of artificial intelligence and personalized ads. And with this, if you are a person who has a shopping addiction or habits, this type of technology could be very detrimental to you. And with that statement about it being 87% cheaper than humans, we've been hearing more and more about this technology being integrated and taking over people's roles. So this is nothing new if you have not been under a rock or had your head in the sand, but it can become very concerning when AI gets to a point where it can specifically target you for the products and services that you like to a very pinpoint precision, to the point where it just entices you to click that buy button over and over again for the different products and services that it's displaying to you. So things are going to get really interesting in the future. And even though we are in this technological revolution where lots of changes are happening around us, it's going to to be really challenging to fathom what's ahead. So at this moment, this would be a great time for you to get a little bit of self-discipline in your life before this type of powerful technology finds itself persuading you to click the buy button. Google Maps can soon scan your screenshots to plan your vacation. Google is introducing new features to Maps, search, and hotels that aim to help users plan upcoming travel and vacations. The Google Maps app is getting a standout feature that can identify locations in your screenshots and save them to a list, making it easier for users to plan their trips before screenshots of travel ideas get lost within their camera roll. Once the new screenshot list is enabled in Maps, the Gemini-powered feature will detect places that are mentioned in text within screenshots on the device, show users the locations on the map, and allow them to review and save locations to a shareable list. The screenshot list feature has already rolled out in English to iOS users in the US, with Android support coming soon. AI overviews for Google Search are also being updated to expand travel planning tools, with itinerary building features rolling out in English to mobile and desktop devices in the US that can create trip ideas for distinct regions or entire countries. Users can use terms like create a vacation itinerary for Greece that focuses on history to explore reviews and photos from other users alongside a map of location recommendations, which can be saved to Google Maps or exported to Docs or Gmail. So if you were looking for some additional tools to help you plan your trip, well, now you have access to this feature where Google is going to assist you with creating one of the best trips that you ever taken. Also, this was a smart play from Google because many people have been using tools like OpenAI's ChatGPT and Perplexity's tools to plan their trips. So with the integration of Google's products, this could be a one-stop shop for many people to get recommendations that they would have never thought of and take on new adventures with the opportunity to explore new destinations. Drone detection radar selected by Homeland Security. The Department of Homeland Security has selected technology for advanced air detection to support automatic flying vehicles. The DHS Innovation Hub, HSWERX, agreed to use matrix-based radar onboard sensors to help identify small uncrewed aircraft systems or drones. The technology is intended to be used for different mission environments, including use by the DHS Customs and Border Protection Agency. The radar can detect and visualize objects and provide range, location, track, and scale. The technology also can be used on drones that fly beyond visual line of sight. For example, a remote operator could leverage the radar technology to identify details of rescue operations. From the ground, the technology could use its detection capabilities to quickly identify details of an approaching drone while discerning drones from general air traffic. The matrix-based radar uses AI-enhanced sensors for situational awareness, allowing it to track large-scale drone operations. For military or security operations, the technology is designed to provide rapid object detection with high accuracy. Alright, so that's a nice little update from the Department of Homeland Security, and from the recent news that I've been bringing you for the past few months, DHS could be implementing this technology due to the fact of the many drones that are going to be flying above our heads in the future and the many approvals that drones have already gotten from different states. So as I stated before, it's going to be a very interesting future to see all this different technology around us, and I'm not sure when that's going to happen, but I do believe it's coming sooner than we think. Flying vehicle maker adds cooling for its hydrogen power. AMSL Aero, the Australian developer of the Vertia hydrogen electric vertical takeoff and landing vehicle, has partnered with the company that makes engine cooling for Formula One cars for its flying vehicle. AMSL Aero said the Conflux technology heat transfer system would be used to cool the hydrogen cells that power the Vertia eVTOL. The Vertia is scheduled to make its first flight on hydrogen electric power later this year using the cooling technology. AMSL Aero completed the first free flight of its passenger vehicle late last year. AMSL Aero has customer deposits for 26 Vertia flying vehicles, according to the company. Them and BCDA plan to collaborate to develop an ecosystem for hydrogen energy that could help connect the islands of the Philippines with passenger and freight air travel with hydrogen production plants for refueling. The Vertia, designed to carry 4 passengers and a pilot, takes off like a helicopter and then flies as a fixed-wing aerial vehicle. Aviation Logistics, one of Australia's largest general aviation aviation and regional airline groups recently placed an order for 10 of the VTOLs with an option to purchase 10 more. So I really do like what this company is doing with this hydrogen and implementing it into their eVTOL aircrafts. And the reason why I say that is because many of the electric vehicle companies have scrapped their hydrogen-based vehicles, and because of that, I do believe that there is a lot of hydrogen that is yet to be used, and this company could take full advantage of that, giving them an optimal energy source in an environment where many people aren't using it. So as of right now, there are companies out there who are using hydrogen energy for commercial trucks, but there's only a few of them who are using them for eVTOLs. Hyundai's EVs are about to get smarter and more efficient with its new Pleos brand. Hyundai is quickly evolving into much more than just a traditional automaker. After launching its new software brand and tech platform, Pleos, Hyundai promises a new era of high-tech software-defined vehicles. The advanced new software will be used for the Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis brands. Stemming from the Greek word pleo, meaning more, and OS for operating system, Hyundai's new Pleos brand is all about high-tech connective software. Hyundai has been developing software-defined vehicles, SDVs, since 2023. However, as an end-to-end software platform, Pleos integrates everything from the infotainment system, Pleos Connect, vehicle operating system, OS, and cloud infrastructure. Hyundai's new tech stack unlocks new smart functions. Think things like autonomous driving, optimized route planning, real-time data analysis, and more. The stack includes Hyundai's new electrical and electronic E&E architecture, an in-house vehicle operating system, and Pleos Connect, its next-gen infotainment system. Powered by its E&E platform, Hyundai's new OS combines high-performance vehicle computers and zone-specific controllers. The tech enables its vehicles to improve over time with continuous updates and added functions. The first vehicle with Pleos Connect is scheduled to arrive in Q2 of 2026. By 2030, Hyundai Motor Group plans to have more than 20 million vehicles powered by its next-gen infotainment system. By 2027, Hyundai plans to introduce Level 2 autonomous driving. Over time, these cars are going to get smarter and smarter to the point where they're going to be talking to one another, and this does make sense due to the advancements and improvements that are happening with autonomous vehicles and robotaxis, and these electric vehicles that people are driving out on the road, along with traditional vehicles, are going to need to have some type of connection where these vehicles are going to be aware of one another, sharing feedback and data in a synchronized way. So if you were sick of smart technology, more is coming down the pipeline, and soon not only will our vehicles be very smart, but any technology that we operate or utilize is going to have some type of smart functions implemented into it. Gran Turismo 7 expands its use of AI ML trained NPCs with good effect. In 2022, a team of researchers at Sony AI sat down and made an AI agent that was nearly unbeatable at the racing game Gran Turismo 7. More than just car control, the agent, called GT Sophie, also had to learn racing tactics and strategies and even etiquette. Up against the world's best human players, Sophie beat the humans by 104 races to 52 in a match in 2021. Since then, Sony AI and Polyphony Digital have been at hard work retraining it from being able to dominate the world's best with ease into something that's more fun for the rest of us to compete against. The latest refinement is GT Sophie 2.1, which appeared as part of GT7's latest update recently. It's now enabled at more tracks, and you can finally set up custom races at those tracks using the better AI. GT Sophie can now race at 19 tracks, up from the 9 that were introduced in November of 2023. The AI agent is an alternative to the regular, dumber AI in the game's quick race mode with easy, medium, and hard settings. But now, at those same tracks, you can also create custom races using GT Sophie, meaning you're no longer limited to just 2 or 3 laps. Having realistic competition has always been one of the tougher challenges for a racing game, and one that the GT franchise was never particularly great at during previous console generations. This latest version of GT Sophie does feel different to race against. The AI is opportunistic and aggressive, but also provocable into mistakes. So that's just some of the latest news related to AI agents, and I do think that the integration of AI agents into games could really change things for many gamers. Now personally, I would love to play a game where it's going to be extremely hard to beat the AI agent to the point where it makes me want to quit the game due to the fact that it's challenging and extremely difficult. So with this decision from Gran Turismo to dial back GT Sophie and not make it this unbeatable monster, it does make sense because you don't want to have your gamers getting so frustrated that they never want to play the game again. So from a business perspective, I think this was a great decision. King Arthur wants to automate your sourdough starter. Baking sourdough bread may seem pointedly old-fashioned, but that doesn't mean it's immune to the allure of novelty gadgets. That's where the sourdough sidekick comes in, a new countertop appliance that automatically feeds your sourdough starter so it's ready to bake the moment you need it. The sidekick is a joint project by First Build, the GE Appliances Innovation Hub, responsible for the viral Opal Ice Maker, and King Arthur Baking Company. Currently raising funds on Indiegogo and well past its initial funding goal, the sidekick is essentially an automated flour and water dispenser that can help keep your starter alive when you don't have time and take the guesswork out of the timing to feed it to make sure it's active enough to bake with. You can plug in the date and time of the next time you plan to bake to the hour, and the sidekick's auto mode will feed the starter appropriately to make sure it's at a peak of activity right when you need it, even factoring in the temperature of your kitchen. It uses a micro-feeding schedule which only generates discard once every 7 days, so it should reduce waste too. The sidekick is available to back on Indiegogo for $129 or as a pair for $249. For the moment, it only ships to the US, but delivery isn't estimated until January of 2026. It's still in a prototype stage with production models not yet finalized. Alright, so that's a wrap for the TYSK report. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video, and to continue to stay informed, like the video, subscribe, tell a friend to subscribe. Check out these two videos right here and stay tuned for the next TYSK report.